Top 30 Project Scheduler Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for a project scheduler interview requires strong knowledge of planning, scheduling, and project management techniques. Employers look for candidates who can manage timelines, allocate resources effectively, and coordinate tasks across teams. In this guide, we've compiled the top 30 project scheduler interview questions with detailed answers. These responses will help you demonstrate your expertise, showcase your problem-solving skills, and build confidence for your interview, ensuring you stand out as a strong candidate. 1. Can you explain the role of a project scheduler? A project scheduler is responsible for creating, maintaining, and monitoring project schedules to ensure timely completion of tasks. They use scheduling tools like Primavera P6 or MS Project to develop timelines, allocate resources, and track progress. Schedulers coordinate with project managers, engineers, and stakeholders to identify potential risks and delays. Their role ensures that dependencies are managed, deadlines are realistic, and project milestones are achieved. Ultimately, they provide visibility and accountability throughout the project lifecycle. 2. What tools do you use for scheduling projects? I primarily use tools such as Primavera P6, Microsoft Project, and sometimes Smartsheet, depending on client requirements. Primavera P6 is excellent for handling complex, large-scale projects, while MS Project works well for mid-sized initiatives. These tools allow me to manage timelines, allocate resources, and perform critical path analysis. Additionally, I use Excel for custom reporting and Power BI for visual dashboards. Using these tools ensures accurate tracking, timely reporting, and efficient communication with stakeholders. 3. How do you develop a project schedule from scratch? To develop a project schedule, I begin by reviewing the project scope and identifying deliverables. Next, I break down deliverables into smaller work packages using the Work Breakdown Structure, WBS. I then sequence activities, identify dependencies, and assign durations. After that, I allocate resources and use scheduling software to create the timeline. Finally, I perform a critical path analysis to identify key tasks and review the schedule with stakeholders for alignment before finalizing. 4. What is the critical path and why is it important? The critical path is the sequence of tasks that determines the minimum project duration. Any delay in these activities directly impacts the project completion date. Identifying the critical path is essential because it highlights tasks requiring the most attention. It also helps project managers allocate resources effectively, monitor progress closely, and implement mitigation strategies. Understanding the critical path ensures timely project delivery and provides insights into where schedule flexibility exists within non-critical tasks. 5. How do you handle schedule delays? When delays occur, I first analyze the root cause and identify the activities impacted, especially on the critical path. I then collaborate with project managers and team leads to develop recovery strategies, such as resequencing tasks, allocating additional resources, or fast-tracking overlapping activities. I also communicate changes transparently with stakeholders and update the schedule to reflect realistic timelines. Proactive monitoring and corrective actions help minimize the impact of delays and keep projects on track. 6. Can you explain what a baseline schedule is? A baseline schedule is the approved project timeline that serves as a reference point for measuring progress. It includes all planned activities, durations, dependencies, and milestones. Once approved, the baseline is frozen and compared against actual performance to track variances. It provides a benchmark for analyzing delays, forecasting completion dates, and managing stakeholder expectations. Maintaining an accurate baseline is critical for effective project control, accountability, and reporting throughout the project lifecycle. 7. How do you prioritize tasks when multiple projects are running simultaneously? I prioritize tasks by assessing their alignment with organizational goals, deadlines, and critical path dependencies. I work closely with project managers to determine which projects have higher business value or tighter deadlines. I also consider resource availability to avoid conflicts. Using tools like MS Project or Primavera P6, I create integrated master schedules that highlight overlaps. Clear communication with stakeholders ensures priorities are aligned, helping me balance resources and meet critical milestones across projects. 8. What is float and how do you use it in scheduling? Float, or slack, refers to the amount of time an activity can be delayed without affecting the project's completion date. There are two types: total float and free float. I use float analysis to identify flexible tasks and optimize resource allocation. For example, non-critical activities with float can be delayed slightly to free resources for critical tasks. Monitoring float helps ensure deadlines are met while maintaining efficiency in project execution. 9. How do you ensure resource allocation is balanced? I use scheduling tools to map resource assignments and detect overallocation. If a resource is overburdened, I level workloads by redistributing tasks, adjusting timelines, or assigning additional team members. I also prioritize critical path tasks to ensure they remain adequately resourced. Regular communication with managers helps address conflicts early. Balancing allocation prevents burnout, reduces delays, and ensures resources are used effectively to maintain productivity across the project. 10. How do you track project progress? I track progress by regularly updating actual start and finish dates, percentage completion, and resource usage in scheduling software. I compare these updates with the baseline to identify variances. Additionally, I use earned value management, EVM, to measure performance against cost and schedule metrics. Progress reports, dashboards, and review meetings keep stakeholders informed. Tracking ensures early detection of risks and enables corrective actions to keep projects aligned with planned timelines and budgets. 11. How do you communicate schedule updates to stakeholders? I communicate updates through weekly or bi-weekly progress reports, highlighting key milestones, delays, and forecasted completion dates. I use visual dashboards and Gantt charts for clarity. For executives, I keep reports high-level, while for project teams, I provide detailed activity breakdowns. Regular meetings ensure open communication and allow stakeholders to address concerns promptly. Clear and consistent updates build trust, keep everyone aligned, and enable informed decision-making throughout the project lifecycle. 12. What challenges have you faced as a project scheduler? Some challenges include dealing with incomplete project data, scope changes, and unrealistic deadlines. Resource conflicts and unexpected delays also create pressure. To handle these, I gather as much information as possible upfront, maintain flexibility in the schedule, and communicate risks early. I also implement contingency planning to address unforeseen issues. Overcoming these challenges requires adaptability, problem-solving skills, and proactive coordination with stakeholders to ensure the project remains on track despite difficulties. 13. Can you explain the difference between fast-tracking and crashing? Fast-tracking involves overlapping tasks that were originally planned sequentially, while crashing means adding extra resources to critical tasks to shorten duration. Both techniques reduce project timelines but come with risks. Fast-tracking may cause rework due to parallel activities, and crashing increases costs due to additional resources. As a scheduler, I carefully assess project needs, risks, and stakeholder approval before applying either method, ensuring that the chosen approach effectively supports timely project delivery. 14. How do you manage scope changes in a project schedule? When scope changes occur, I evaluate their impact on the timeline, budget, and resource allocation. I update the schedule to reflect new tasks, dependencies, or milestones and perform a critical path analysis to assess risks. I collaborate with project managers and stakeholders to approve the revised schedule and ensure alignment with project objectives. Documenting changes in a change log also provides transparency. This structured approach ensures that scope changes are managed effectively without derailing progress. 15. What metrics do you use to measure schedule performance? I use earned value management, EVM, metrics such as Schedule Performance Index, SPI, and Schedule Variance, SV. SPI indicates whether the project is ahead or behind schedule, while SV shows actual time differences. I also monitor milestone achievements, critical path activities, and percentage completion of tasks. These metrics provide objective insights into performance, enabling timely corrective actions. Regularly reviewing these indicators ensures stakeholders remain informed and the project stays aligned with planned goals. 16. How do you handle conflicting priorities from different stakeholders? When conflicts arise, I begin by understanding each stakeholder's priorities and how they align with overall project objectives. I present data-driven insights from the schedule, highlighting impacts on deadlines, costs, and resource availability. Then, I facilitate discussions to find compromises or escalate decisions to project leadership when necessary. Transparent communication and focusing on organizational goals ensure conflicts are resolved fairly. This collaborative approach helps maintain project momentum while balancing stakeholder expectations. 17. What's the difference between a milestone and a task? A task is an activity that contributes to achieving project deliverables and has a specific duration. A milestone, on the other hand, is a significant event or achievement that marks progress but has zero duration. Examples include project kickoff, design approval, or product launch. Milestones are used for high-level tracking, stakeholder communication, and performance evaluation. Understanding the difference ensures schedules are structured properly, making progress visible and easy to monitor for all stakeholders. 18. How do you ensure data accuracy in schedules? I ensure accuracy by validating inputs such as task durations, dependencies, and resource assignments with subject matter experts and team leads. I also cross-check with historical project data to confirm estimates are realistic. Regular schedule reviews and updates keep information current. Using software features like logic checks and resource leveling helps detect errors. This structured approach reduces risks, ensures reliable forecasting, and builds trust in the schedule as a decision-making tool. 19. How do you integrate subcontractor schedules into the master schedule? I start by reviewing subcontractor schedules for logic, dependencies, and consistency with the project plan. I then integrate them into the master schedule, aligning milestones and key deliverables. Regular coordination meetings ensure progress is updated and discrepancies are resolved early. By monitoring subcontractor performance against the baseline, I ensure accountability and timely delivery. This integration provides a complete project view, minimizes risks of misalignment, and ensures seamless coordination across all project contributors. 20. How do you use risk management in scheduling? I identify potential risks that could delay tasks, such as resource shortages or technical challenges. I then build contingency time into the schedule for high-risk activities and monitor them closely. Risk registers are used to track and evaluate risks continuously. By linking risk management with scheduling, I prepare mitigation plans, such as alternate task sequencing or backup resources. This proactive approach minimizes impacts, ensures resilience, and supports smoother project execution despite uncertainties. 21. How do you forecast project completion dates? I use scheduling tools to run forward and backward past calculations, identifying the project's earliest and latest completion dates. Regular updates of actual progress ensure forecasts remain accurate. I also perform critical path analysis and use earned value management metrics like SPI to project realistic finish dates. By reviewing variances and risks, I provide stakeholders with clear forecasts. This helps in proactive decision-making, ensuring timely project completion or early intervention when delays occur. 22. What is a work breakdown structure, WBS, and how do you use it? A work breakdown structure, WBS, is a hierarchical breakdown of project deliverables into smaller, manageable work packages. It provides the foundation for scheduling, budgeting, and resource planning. I use the WBS to identify all project activities, assign responsibilities, and ensure no tasks are overlooked. It also improves clarity for stakeholders by showing how deliverables align with project objectives. Using a WBS makes scheduling more accurate and simplifies project tracking and reporting. 23. How do you handle unrealistic deadlines set by management? I address unrealistic deadlines by first analyzing the project scope, critical path, and required resources. Then, I present data-driven scenarios showing the feasibility of timelines, highlighting risks and trade-offs. If deadlines are fixed, I suggest strategies like fast-tracking, crashing, or phased delivery. Transparent discussions with stakeholders help set realistic expectations. This approach ensures deadlines are balanced with achievable outcomes, preventing burnout and reducing the risk of compromised project quality. 24. How do you maintain quality while accelerating schedules? Maintaining quality while accelerating schedules requires careful planning. I avoid cutting corners by reallocating resources, overlapping non-dependent tasks, or introducing additional workforce. I also implement quality control checkpoints within the schedule to ensure deliverables meet standards. Close collaboration with the quality assurance team ensures accelerated timelines don't compromise outcomes. Regular monitoring and clear communication with stakeholders help strike the right balance between speed and maintaining project quality standards. 25. How do you prepare reports for management? I prepare concise reports tailored to management's needs, focusing on high-level milestones, critical path status, and potential risks. Visual aids like dashboards, charts, and traffic light indicators make data easily understandable. I also include earned value metrics, schedule forecasts, and progress against the baseline. By keeping reports clear, accurate, and actionable, I enable informed decision-making. Regular reporting ensures transparency, builds stakeholder confidence, and keeps leadership aligned with project progress and challenges. 26. How do you manage dependencies between tasks? I identify dependencies during schedule development by sequencing activities logically and determining relationships. Finish to start, start to start, finish to finish. Using scheduling software, I create network diagrams that visually highlight dependencies and critical paths. I regularly review these relationships to detect potential bottlenecks or conflicts. By maintaining clear documentation and communicating with task owners, I ensure dependencies are respected and managed. Proper dependency management prevents delays, ensures workflow continuity, and supports timely delivery of project milestones. 27. How do you deal with limited resources for critical tasks? When resources are limited, I analyze priorities and reallocate available resources to critical path activities first. I explore options such as resource sharing, hiring temporary staff, or outsourcing tasks. If these aren't feasible, I adjust timelines and communicate impacts to stakeholders for approval. Closed monitoring ensures resources are used efficiently. This approach ensures the most important tasks are completed on time while minimizing risks to overall project delivery. 28. How do you ensure continuous improvement in scheduling practices? I conduct post-project reviews to analyze schedule performance, identifying successes and improvement areas. Lessons learned are documented and applied to future projects. I also stay updated on new scheduling tools, industry best practices, and methodologies through training and professional networks. Regularly refining processes and adopting feedback from team members ensures continuous improvement. This proactive learning approach enhances accuracy, efficiency, and overall project scheduling effectiveness across multiple initiatives. 29. How do you collaborate with project managers? I collaborate with project managers by providing accurate schedules, progress reports, and forecasts. We work together to identify risks, adjust timelines, and allocate resources effectively. I support decision-making by presenting data-driven insights and highlighting impacts of potential changes. Regular meetings and open communication ensure alignment between scheduling and overall project objectives. This collaboration strengthens project control, supports proactive planning, and helps achieve successful outcomes within scope, time, and budget. 30. Why should we hire you as a project scheduler? You should hire me because I bring a strong background in developing and maintaining accurate schedules using tools like Primavera P6 and MS Project. I excel at coordinating with cross-functional teams, managing critical paths, and implementing recovery strategies for delays. My ability to communicate clearly with stakeholders ensures transparency and alignment. I also emphasize continuous improvement, ensuring scheduling processes evolve with industry standards. My proactive, detail-oriented approach guarantees efficiency and successful project delivery. Project scheduler interviews demand both technical expertise and strong communication skills. By preparing with these top 30 questions and answers, you'll be ready to demonstrate your scheduling knowledge, problem-solving abilities, and stakeholder management skills. Remember, interviewers seek candidates who can balance precision with adaptability, ensuring projects stay on track. With the right preparation and mindset, you can confidently showcase your value and secure the role of a skilled project scheduler.